You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, team. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Bachelor After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Bachelor After Show.
All right, AFTERBUZZ TV Nation, we all know that Bing is for doing, and we got to listen to the music.
I know this one, yeah.
Yeah, you got it down? It's going to be kind of a wild night, guys. We all know that Bing is for doing, and what are we doing? We're doing another after show on AFTERBUZZ TV. It is The Bachelor Season 17, episode a lot because it's not on the board.
Women Tell All.
The Women Tell All.
Yeah.
Episode 9. I believe you're right.
I think I'm right.
The man knows. Okay, we're listening to some music of our...
This is really good. Who
I
is
feel
this?
empowered at the moment
Do you feel this music?
to be strong in life.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're noticing the man to my right, if you're a Bachelor fan, you know exactly who this is.
Chat roll's burning up for him right now.
Burn in Love.
Hi, chat roll people.
Nice title,
I
Burning
see what
Love.
you did there. That's wonderful.
Very well played, Cathy Kelley. No, but all right. He breakdanced his heart into Jillian's life in the Season 5, co-winner of Bachelor Pad 2, and at the eye of the storm of Bachelor Pad 3, and now he's opening up our ears with what his fans call Little Blue-Eyed Soul. I am talking about the one and only Mr. Michael Stagliano. Give it up for Mike.
Good. Thanks for having me, gang. It feels good in here. Just a good, everyone looks good. We smell good. There's
feeling good?
cupcakes.
Yeah, and actually, we got to introduce the whole crew. I'm JC, and of course, my lovely co-host, right, Krisily. She busts my chops every episode. Starting with the lovely lady to my right.
Oh, that's me.
That's you.
It's me, Cathy Kelley. Hi.
And Bachelor alum who she brings it every week, Miss Krisily Kennedy.
Thanks. I mean, I don't bring cupcakes. She brings cupcakes, but
You bring the personality, and that's what matters.
yeah.
Yeah, we upped the production value this week. We've got cupcakes, we've got roses. Literally, guys, if you guys are watching us live on AfterBuzzTV.com, chat roll, watch our base, hello.
Hello.
Yes, but if you're not watching us live, make sure to tune in on iTunes and YouTube and click, comment, subscribe. Sharing is caring. Tell a friend. If you don't have a friend, we'll make one. Let us know what you think because it helps keep the lights on. So, with that said, how we all doing? How's the week? How Women Tell All. How do we feel? Okay, not all at once. No.
There were some fun parts, and the rest was kind of a snooze.
Predictable.
fest. Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, now we don't have one, but we have 2 Bachelor alums, so we expect to hear the lowdown of what really goes down in these Women Tell All. So let's get into this.
Yeah, I have a comment. They haven't done this before, and I thought it was really interesting. Coming into every act in between commercials, they would show a little bit of behind the scenes, which I thought was awesome, and
Yeah.
I haven't seen before. I thought that was a cool, nice little touch.
Yeah.
Absolutely, give us like that, just that inside point of view, and whether or not like we're gonna get into the Sean and Ashley bit because that aside was like, wow, Krisily, you were even talking about it. You're like, I'm glad we saw this. So.
Oh, yeah.
But let's start with some like softball. Tiara. Tiara ball.
It's a really good place to start.
And okay, who noticed the dent was gone?
You did first. Everyone did.
Yeah.
The dent was gone.
At the beginning, it was gone, but once she started to get heated and emotional, you could see it kind of underneath still. So that filler.
She's always, I've never noticed this before, but she's actually very calm for someone that's fighting.
Yeah.
Very calm.
Wow, that's a really good observation. Yeah. And because, well, no, I'm serious. And because she also, Chris was saying, like, are you nervous right now? You seem nervous. And I was kind of expecting her to be like, okay, so there's all these girls here and Millions of America, and I was terrible. But you're right. She was just kind of calm
Very
and
calm.
collected.
She
Almost
also
too
really,
calm.
she reminded me of Britney Spears tonight. Like, her voice kind of sounds like Britney Spears, but that was just,
Like,
I don't know.
meds-wise, what are we talking about?
She's days away
yeah.
from shaving her head.
No, Britney Spears, like, circa, like, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman era. just like the very like high pitched, very like monotone voice.
You really broke it down. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I liked it better when I thought you meant days before shaving her head.
Well, that could happen too.
And we're also being very kind, because she was awful. She was truly terrible.
Okay, let
And
us
I mean
know.
from a mental
Yeah.
illness standpoint. And I think that's the biggest thing that came out tonight is that, you know, all season we've kind of saw her be mean. Tonight, I felt like we saw her be a little bit chemically imbalanced in the brain. Things like, I never called any of them a BTICH. Never.
As we close,
Well, as we
with,
close
I'm gonna
with-
take down these bitches.
Come on.
No,
Come on, guys.
she said she never used someone's name when she said that.
Bullshit.
Which is ludicrous.
So she may have said that as a general
Bullshit.
thing, but not to one specific girl.
I feel like I wish the producers, because we know how much they love to make things happen. At that moment, they should have played her
a
saying something.
montage of
It would-
all of the
I
bad
mean,
things that she said.
She clearly didn't watch the season back.
Yeah.
Or she just doesn't, like, she believes what she says.
She seemed really like subdued, like you said. She was just like.
I want to know, there was one moment that really caught me when the girls asked, when did you get engaged? And she refused to answer.
That was interesting.
That was really weird, which makes me think
January.
that
Well,
she came in with
yeah.
a boyfriend.
She was-
Well, yes, she eventually said January, but she had to think about it for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wrapped up production in November, right? So
Yeah.
for this to happen, and suppose
Was
she was
quick.
dating him beforehand, and I'm a fan, and I'm just gonna say I kind of wish she wouldn't. I'm happy for her, and I hope it really works out. But God, I would love to see her in Bachelor Pad 4, 5, and 6. I really would. I really would.
I feel like we would if she didn't get such a bad rap, because I feel like she's pure gold when it comes to this
TV.
this series.
Yeah.
But I don't think that she would sign up for it, because I don't think that she would be willing to put herself through that scrutiny.
I actually like Courtney Robertson as a villain better. I feel like Tiara, while she has a lot of those qualities, she's very subdued in comparison.
And pretty calm, with the
Yeah.
exception of that Curacao explosion. No, not Curacao, St. Croix.
St. Croix.
Yeah.
And Courtney owned her shit. I mean,
Yeah,
Courtney
that was
like,
impressive, too.
you know, she stood up and said, you know what? Yeah, this is me. Take me or leave me. I don't care if they don't like me. And she never was apologetic to try to make herself look like she was the one being attacked. And Tiara very clearly wanted to make the world feel bad for her.
Yeah,
tonight.
zero ownership.
None.
Did you guys buy the apology?
No.
The one at the end that
Yeah,
was
towards
like,
the end.
I feel bad that you felt that you were thinking that.
I love those apologies.
What?
Best kind of
What
apologies.
sentence did you say?
Yeah.
There was another one that, again, this plays back to what I think is a mental illness, when she was like, it's not, okay, so I walked in and I look how I look, and everyone thought that I wasn't there to make friends. And then like 3 to 4 seconds later, she was like, and I wasn't there to make friends. So it's their fault for thinking that. And you're like, you're an actual human saying these things, right?
Yeah.
I was
And she
verbatim. I was
believed it.
verbatim.
Although
She said
Ashley
She
did
had her
say
moments.
that she was friends with her for a while, right?
At the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, but we'll get to Ashley, because Ashley had what I call a Tiara-esque moment
Yeah.
later on. Because, oh my God.
There were some hidden gems in this one.
I do have to say though, Tiara looked stunning tonight. She looked really good.
Really?
Yeah. So
She did look the best she's looked. There was less makeup. It was less hair. She
We're
looked
clearly
good.
talking about physical.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
other than that, it's hard for me
Emotional,
to not
not
see
so
like
much.
a little stressed, awful demon.
Yeah.
I think all the girls actually looked somewhat better, because they had
Yeah.
that time to get.
Yeah, yeah.
oh my
They were all-
gosh,
yeah.
Ashley looks amazing.
They're clearly reading Possessionista.
Except
apart each week.
KCB, I hate saying
Yeah.
it, but ooh,
Not feeling it?
that didn't go well.
No.
Not there.
Mostly her hair. It was kind of like there were things happening this way. There was some things going down in this angle. Just a lot of
Yeah.
layers, and I like KCB, but
Stag, I want you to come back for Bachelor Pad, and you could be like our beauty expert. And
no, no, please don't.
tell
No.
us what's wrong
You'll
with
be
it.
our
I like
possessionista.
girls. I don't know much about fashion. I just know when things don't work.
Yeah.
Oh, and I know when you dress well. You do. Like, look, are these studs?
It's
Where'd
a
you get
bromance
this?
right now.
How do you?
I think literally.
Yeah, seriously, JC crushes fashion.
If you're not watching this live, you have to, because literally, I love this sweater on.
well,
you
less
got
is
going
more,
on.
guys. Less is more.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a weird turn for it.
With that said, we're gonna scale it back. Let's move on to actually someone who I think okay, tell me if I'm wrong. Do you think the next 3 girls we're going to talk about really campaigned for being the next Bachelorette,
So
starting
much
with
campaigning.
Sarah? You know, I love Sarah. Her story was so heartfelt, but do you think the producers were just putting it away so that America really wants Sarah to be the next Bachelorette?
Yes, but I also feel like she's really genuine the way that she speaks about things. So I feel like it wasn't as much of a campaign for her to be Bachelorette as it was that she just really wants to find love and wants people to stop looking at her lack of an arm.
Yeah, I totally agree.
She's like,
Well
stop
said.
making it about, she's like, I don't want to say that it's because I don't have an arm, but I kind of feel like I have to at this point. Like, what else is there?
She doesn't
Everybody
want
tells
the
me
pity.
I'm great. Right.
Yeah.
I worry if she were to become the Bachelorette because of just her emotions. She's so, you know, if she felt this hard for Sean, now whole season with 25, 30 guys chasing after her and just the emotional roller coaster, could she handle something like Bachelorette?
Yeah, ooh, I didn't think about that. That's a good point. 'Cause
There are a
she's
lot of
kind of a
girls-
softie.
There are a
Yeah.
lot of girls who are campaigning to be the next Bachelorette who I don't think are emotionally stable enough to handle it.
Well, most
Is there
people
anyone that you
go-
guys want to be the Bachelorette?
What?
Is there anyone that you guys want to be the Bachelorette from
Yeah.
this season?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we all have.
A couple.
Oh.
Even our engineer Martin. We didn't say hi to Martin. Martin, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Okay.
How's it going?
Martin, who is your choice for Bachelorette? He's even got a pick.
God, Desiree is
Yes.
Des.
So we're
Yes, I
clearly
love
then we're going to be okay with ignoring the brother, who's a nightmare bombshell in the family.
Nightmare.
Everyone's okay with that.
Actually,
I'm not.
a lot of
Thank you.
people on Twitter think it would be hilarious to have
make him
him.
the
Yeah,
Bachelor?
a lot of people on Twitter. I think Chris Bukowski said that he wanted him to be at the Women Tell All,
Of course he does.
sitting in the hot
That's
seat.
Chris.
I want him on Bachelor Pad 4 as well.
He should
Yeah.
be one of the super fans.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The only thing I don't love about Desiree, and I really do mean it's the only thing, there were times where I thought she was incredibly agreeable. Sean would be like, I'm kind of an outdoorsy person. And Desiree would be like, I'm an outdoorsy person. Desiree, you work in a bridal shop. I don't think you go
Yeah.
outside so much. And that's just one example, but I felt like there were a lot of times where I was
Was it-
like, she's just agreeing with
too
everything.
agreeable.
Wasn't that how Sean was on Emily's season though, kind of?
He was really agreeable?
Yeah. I feel like they're very parallel to each other in the way that their seasons went.
I don't remember him being
Yeah, I don't
super
remember him.
agreeable.
Because we
And I'm
got-
not saying that's wrong, I just
Yeah.
don't remember.
We got a looser Sean compared to what we saw in Emily's season of
Oh,
the
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for
Bachelorette.
sure.
So with that said, like you just said, Kathy, Desiree could be that affable, lively spark plug type of
Yeah,
person.
I could see it. If I'm honest, you could totally see Desiree as the
Honestly, a
Bachelorette.
lot of young girls, I feel like maybe she wasn't emotionally ready yet, but I feel like a lot of young girls, I've probably done this before, is you conform to the guy that
Yeah.
you want to date.
Absolutely.
And
Yep,
that's what
fair
she's
enough.
trying to do. She's trying to, be the best girl that she can be for him as opposed to being herself, which is probably even cooler of a
Yeah.
person.
And
so.
ladies, lesson learned, it doesn't work.
No.
Always be yourself.
You're never happy.
Doesn't
Yeah,
work.
you get to the point where you're like, oh my god, I don't want to go out. I don't want to go bear hunting.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to go outside.
Right.
Yeah, you just get exhausted.
And we reference sometimes, let's say, Burning Love. And like you said, bear hunting. I could see that on Burning Love, like where they say, we're going to go bear hunting. And everyone's like, yeah!
I'm an outdoorsy.
Yes.
So we're gonna go
You know,
bear hunting.
It doesn't work, but since we are talking so much about Desiree, I thought, compared to Sarah, though, I thought Sarah came off a lot more likable
Yeah.
for
Oh my
sure.
on
god.
tonight's episode. I thought maybe Des was a little nervous.
Yeah, and in terms of liking a Bachelorette, I think I would like watching Sarah more than I would like watching Desiree. And that might be unfair because
Okay.
just her time on the couch today, yeah, I was like, oh, this is boring. I don't care
Well,
what Desiree's
yeah.
saying.
Do
But
you
Sarah,
have a-
I did.
Do you have a pick for Bachelorette?
No, and that's why I
Really?
brought it up. There wasn't a standout girl to me this season, with the exception of I thought Leslie Ann was like fun and likable and watchable and entertaining. She did seem natural. She did seem real. She didn't seem like she was
Leslie
conforming to
Murphy?
Sean.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have some news
Loved
about
her.
that, though. I don't think it's going to happen. Do you want me to say it now?
Yeah, sure.
I think she has a boyfriend.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, she's actually E. Scott McDougal was the one that tipped me off to it. He said on her Instagram, check out this guy that she's been taking a lot of pictures
Oh.
with. Starting 2 weeks ago, she has a picture with a guy, and then today she uploaded another one. He has a couple pictures of her, and on one of his pictures of her, he says, "Cupid's got aim." So
Yeah, I
Sounds
don't
like
think she
she's
had a
taken.
shot.
Oh, I thought she would have been an amazing Bachelorette,
Yeah,
though.
but I think
mean,
she
she's
would've been really good.
hilarious, and
I don't think she stayed in the Bachelor fans' mind as much.
That's true.
Are you kidding me? On Twitter, she has more Twitter followers than Desiree. She has more Twitter followers
Really?
than Sarah.
What?
She has like 32,000, and Catherine is the only one that has more at 36 right now. So
Wow, I would not have guessed
Yeah.
that. Oh, then I stand corrected.
Okay, does she have more followers than Tiara's eyebrow?
I
That's
think Tiara's
close.
eyebrow has like 10,000 right now. I haven't checked it in a couple days. More?
is-
It was 20,000 last
my
week.
God.
Does that make anyone else want to say, like, poor America? That there are people, 10,000 people that spend time?
It's 20,000.
I love that
That's
Chris
a
Harrison
shame.
brought that up tonight, though.
Yeah,
and
that
she
was-
was like, yeah, my eyebrow has a Twitter.
Who says they can't control their eyebrows? I mean, you
people with
really-
mental illness.
Yeah, there's
I'm telling you.
something missing.
I'm onto something.
Her sparkle's actually
There's
the thing that
the
controls her.
sparkle.
Not only is he a dancer, a musician, he's also a doctor.
On to every other
You're-
Tuesday,
I'm sorry,
I do some doctor
call it
shit.
Flash.
Consultation. for
Tiara's
mental
eyebrow
illness.
is up to 28,821 Twitter
That just
followers
makes me
at the time
sad.
of our
Yeah,
broadcast.
it's just
yeah.
more of a, come on, America.
Just makes me
thing.
sad.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
But I would like to meet who created it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing as Angie's leg. I feel like these are just spoof things. It's supposed to be funny. It's not supposed
Yeah,
to be.
yeah. It is. It's fun, but it's
I love we've devoted time
but
to
it's
her
people
eyebrow.
taking time
Yeah, to follow her
and
eyebrow.
clicking follow.
All
Yeah.
right, so
Only 96 tweets.
since we're having so much fun, let us keep the fun going talking about Ashley. That didn't match. No.
Oh, I see what you did there, because that's a whole lot of not fun.
Not fun.
And that's
fun at
sounding
all.
insensitive, and I don't. She's great, but she's not fun. That's
No.
the last word that comes to mind.
A lot of people want her to be the next Bachelorette, though.
Nope. Nope.
Where?
I've been getting,
No,
I've gotten tweets like that. I
please.
have.
We had on our YouTube, someone commented that Sean was a bad word for letting her go. So, I mean, people do really love her. I think
No.
she's very sincere, but I don't think that she can handle
She's so
the
sincere.
pressure.
She's
almost nothing but sincere.
The intensity that is that
Yeah.
woman is so overwhelming that I think that she may have a few really big fans because of her background and the
Sure.
Christianity and the pastor's daughter
Yep.
and all of those things, and that middle America is really going to hold on to that. But I think the rest of the world sees her as intense as she is. I mean, Michael and I were talking about this during the show. Did you come check on me afterwards? You're a gentleman.
What?
Okay.
Oh, let's
No
get into it.
man or woman, for that matter, that has broken up with me has ever come to check on me a few days later.
gotta do it.
And
You
so
gotta-
now let's play it out. How
Play it
would
out.
that interaction go? It's like, hey. So that was a rough night last night. Just came back to. I'm doing good. Wanted to see how you were doing. Oh, not so good. Okay. I'm gonna go then. Like, wow.
How does it go?
There's no.
Not gonna
it's the
happen.
most
Yeah,
ludicrous
if he did
notion.
come check on her, she would have immediately thought that he was trying to get back together
Right.
with her.
Yeah.
So.
Not to mention, it was like reverse sexism, right?
Right.
It was like the guy should come back,
But the girl doesn't have to.
doesn't. But
I didn't get that in the guy handbook. Did you?
Who?
No.
No, no.
It was awkward. And even when she was saying that he told her that he didn't have feelings for the other two girls, I don't believe that. And I think that maybe me knowing him and knowing that he's not a bullshitter or a liar. And Michael knows him as well. He's just not, he's pretty genuine.
Yeah, I've
So-
met him. I don't want to say that I know him, but I would totally say that there's no way he'd be like, oh yeah, the other two
No.
girls, not a chance. Like
Not at all.
maybe
He
he said
rebutted that, too.
something. Yeah, which was great, and he stuck to his guns, and I think
And
he
to
should have.
see the moment where both of them did not know that they were on camera. And I mean, we know from being on the show, you're always being watched and your mic is always
Yeah.
on. But clearly they didn't know that they were being filmed at that moment.
For him to still.
He still stuck to his guns and was like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. Like, why would you? And she's the type of person, and I'm sure that we've all either dated someone like this or know a girl like this
Yeah.
that is so intense that you can say to them, this
Yeah.
cup is black, and they're like, well, it's really gray.
Remember when you said it was like a
Yeah.
dark shade of gray?
It's,
black?
they hear different things because they
Yeah.
want to believe something else.
I
Yeah,
think
I
also
think that's happened too.
if he did say that, that would have made it to air because he didn't end up with her.
Absolutely.
So clearly,
Holy cow! That's one of the strongest points.
Producer
made.
in the making.
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
You're right. How would that not have made it on it?
Right.
And remember, she came guns a blazing because right after when she first sat up with Chris Harrison, she mentioned that he's a southern gentleman with me, and he was like a frat boy with the other girls. And I'm like, wow, that's not really gonna win him back or anything. She just came in guns blazing.
I heard a producer say this once, and at first I disagree with it, but then I kind of get it. There's also just an understanding on the show that like the Bachelor's going to kiss a lot of girls, and like that doesn't make him a frat boy. Like that's just the situation, and he's meeting these women, and he's falling in love with these women. So yeah, that was a weird, odd, and pretty inaccurate attack from Ashley. That I was just like, ooh, that's your dark side.
And I feel like from what I saw on Twitter after that statement, people were really kind of like, you don't diss the most. He really is one of the most loved bachelors we've ever had. And you don't diss him. And it made her look desperate. And desperation was not cute on her. And I feel like her coming in and being so attacking on him just made her look like a girl who's forcing love. And you can't force that. And when you're in that situation, and I mean, I've never been the Bachelor, obviously, or the Bachelorette, but being on the other side, it's hard not to kind of fall in those situations. And I can't even imagine being the one guy or girl that has all these people to feel. Of course he's going to develop feelings for several people at the same time.
Which he said.
It's love on steroids.
Yeah.
I'm really upset because I genuinely thought that at the Women Tell All, she would be glowing and talking about how, you know, this experience changed her life and opened her up, and now she's ready for love. And she was the exact opposite. She couldn't have done any worse.
So this basically ruins her chances for Bachelorette, I would think.
Yeah, I think it did. I was watching her thinking, if you did want to be the Bachelorette, I can't see that people watching and be like, you know who I want to watch for 10 weeks.
But is it a popularity contest, or think about it how a producer would? We could get so much gold with having her. Like, imagine week 1. This is the hardest week of my life. I have 20 people. I only have to get rid of 5. And she breaks down week 1. Think about it.
Yeah, but they don't want the drama to come from the Bachelor, Bachelorette. Then it's just like, oh God.
They want
I don't even want them to get married to some poor soul. You know?
They want every single Bachelor and Bachelorette to be like the most perfect person
and
ever.
Positive and very open to love. And I would say that I think it is a popularity contest, absolutely.
Henceforth, like when they brought back Emily and things like that, it's just the popularity. So no pick yet?
Based off of tonight's episode, I would say that Sarah seemed the most popular and the most likable on camera, but for the whole season, that shocks me that Leslie was.
Are they supposed to announce it next week? Is that what they said?
Supposedly it's on the 11th.
On the 11th.
And this also lets me know that it won't be either Catherine or Lindsay. Because you're going to come on, after the final rose, and automatically you're going to be the Bachelorette.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
That would just seem weird.
You could.
Well, because it's going to be the after the final rose, which is going to be the segment after the finale that we're going to. So, I mean, there's enough time in real life.
Obviously.
Right.
But still, I would think producers want that gravity of the heartbreak of whoever comes in second. You know, of just
which is why that would be great for them to say.
They're still crying after the final rose. And
we just saw her get dumped, but now you get to pick from 25
Have they done that yet? I'm trying to think in the past. Have they? They always.
Trista was the only person they ever did it with. That was immediately, she was final 2 and she became Bachelorette. Okay. And they made the announcement.
I feel like, and I'm maybe very different now because, like I said, my season was different producers and a different team. But I was asked immediately after Dumped if I would do The Bachelorette. Immediately. Like, they did not finish filming. They took me and my parents in a room and were like, so, do you want to do Bachelorette? So I would assume that kind of happens to everyone, and they have a sprinkling of people that they're considering, and then they go from there. Would be my guess.
Absolutely. I've heard that they ask a lot of people.
I'm sure.
Well, we know for Sean's season that they asked
Roberto?
Roberto,
And Ari.
They probably asked other people too. I don't know if they asked Ari.
But here's the thing.
To be Bachelor?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
They did? Mm-hmm. I thought that he was just hinting that they did, and they didn't actually ask.
No, he talked about it.
Okay.
Didn't he talk about it on camera?
I don't believe so.
When he was teaching Sean how to kiss, that first episode? Didn't Sean introduce it as saying he was also in the running for being Bachelor, so he came to... I'm pretty sure
maybe he was just very low ranked. No, I don't mean that in a bad way. Out of like the 5 people that they were considering. I actually, a lot of people have been saying that they want a brand new person, which I don't think they would do because you want that built-in fan base.
Yeah, and actually the other thing that I didn't even think of, and one of the producers told me this too, is that it's also it's just really hard to be the Bachelor and the Bachelorette, and I mean like sleep deprivation wise and just the whole experience. And the reason why someone recycled works so well is because they've kind of been through it before, so they at least know the structure and the drills and the interviews. But to have someone new, who was the guy? Jesse
Kovacs?
No, who was the Bachelor that they had that was a fresh pick?
I forgot his
the
name.
football guy.
Jesse Palmer.
Yeah, Palmer.
Palmer.
They said that his season, like 7 days in, he was like, "Get me the swear word out of here."
He forgot
was
people's names.
Yeah, and he was just like,
called the
he
wrong
just
girl.
wasn't used to the thing, and he was like, "This is 3 months of I have 2 more months of this."
Well, now
you know, so that's why they recycle.
Do they keep you guys like on what is it like minimal sleep, like 4 to 6 hours, or is that like Bachelor Pad?
Oh God, Bachelor Pad is a different beast.
Yeah, it is.
But no, Bachelorette, it's just that, you know, you're just traveling and interviewing and sequestered, and you still don't sleep that much, especially the first 2 or 3 episodes. You don't sleep at all. And yeah, people, you know, new people coming into that just get blindsided, and it takes away from it.
It's good to know. So, you know, I know we've been talking about who should be Bachelorette, but I really think I've always wanted to pick Des. I've said it since the beginning. I thought she would be an awesome Bachelorette, but I'm starting to, you're swaying my opinion.
To who? Sarah?
Sarah, because Bachelor could do something completely different with this, with her, you know, and she truly wants to be there. You feel how genuine she is, and just
super likable and humble.
Women are going to relate to her so much.
Yeah,
you know?
she said something in her, and while she was on the hot seat, and I don't remember verbatim, but she said something like, "We all went through this. You know, it is tough for all of us." And she just did a good job of making it not all about her. And for me, I think that's an attractive quality when someone doesn't sit there and is on the couch like, "Well, this was hard for me because of all of these things," instead of saying like, "Hey, we all went through this." You know? Yeah, I think Sarah's my pick.
I wish if Casey B had not come back on this season, she would have been such an amazing Bachelorette. But
Clearly not so much after we saw her fall apart this season. That would have been a terrible season.
But no.
Look at Michael's face.
No,
we hash this up every week. We got someone new. Why would she have not been a good Bachelorette?
I have 2 things. One, oh God, when I don't remember it now, the Amanda whatever triangle confrontation when she sat Sean down and was like, "This is happening and you have to know," and Sean was like, "What the hell am I gonna do with it? Like, why are you?" That's a bad sign for me. That's someone that does get involved in drama and isn't. That was a bad sign for me. And she wore a dress that had neon teeth. So
can Ashley
neon green
Spivey
teeth.
just be single again and be a
I know,
Bachelorette?
she's so wonderful.
She would be the best Bachelorette ever.
Be
She's so great.
hilarious.
I love her.
Okay, if anyone could be Bachelorette, who would you pick? Aside from this season, anyone.
Ashley Spivey.
She would be one of the
But
best.
she's got a boyfriend now, right? Again?
Yes.
Yeah,
I know
his
she
name's
broke up
Steve.
with
He's
someone
awesome
briefly,
too.
but yeah.
They're the greatest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Krisily, anyone you can think of, aside from this season, anyone that you would really want to see?
I mean, I know Michelle Money would never do it, but I would love to see her kind of find that. But I know that she's pretty happy without it, so I don't know that she would ever do it. But I like someone like that. That's just kind of
That's a great pick.
real.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Because she offers you, she can be sweet demeanor, she can stand up to you and stand her ground.
And her personality, I just adore it. She's just so much fun, and her outlook on life is just great, and she's kind of no BS.
And I have another one. I promise. This is the best pick that will never happen, ever, and it would be the best season by far. And no one will agree, but it's Erica Rose. She would have
that would be
the
amazing.
best season that there ever was ever in the world.
On VH1.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Erica
It
Rose
couldn't-
of Love.
Yeah, ABC should. ABC should sell it to VH1 for like
It would
50
be
grand.
amazing.
Burning
It'd be
Love 3 or something.
Yeah, she would be the best there ever was.
Oh my gosh. she would
She'd
give
sleep with all of them. She'd definitely get engaged at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She'd work out.
Every
It'd be
date would
awesome.
be an overnight date.
Every date. It would be the greatest.
Oh my God. We could start a movement here right now. We
Yep,
could start a
that's my
hashtag.
vote.
We could start a Twitter handle like get Erica on the Bachelor.
Are you guys back to being friends again, or?
Yeah, and I don't mean that like we hang out on the weekends. And I don't. Have I seen? No, I've seen her once since the show, but. I'm sure this isn't that much of a leap for everyone to understand. You know, it's Erica Rose. So when she was saying those things, I wasn't like, oh my God, this is crushing me. I was like, all right, it's Erica Rose. You know, the next day even I was like, oh, that didn't go so well. And she was like, yeah, I kind of freaked out. I'm sorry. You know, like it it was not that detrimental.
I wish everyone had that outlook in Bachelor world.
Yeah.
I love Stag's outlook. It's kind of the best. I wish everyone had that outlook.
Easy to get. Yeah.
There's a lot of subtext there.
Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah.
So overall, what did we think about tonight's episode? What are we left with? A lot besides all the recaps, the 30 minutes of recaps.
I was really surprised that Amanda didn't get to talk.
Yes.
She had those amazing shoulder puffs. But
we're going to use amazing to describe
you know,
because I got some other words.
I know how much you liked them.
What were they?
Confusing.
Yeah.
But I wanted to kind of hear her maybe stick up for herself a little bit or have a backbone and address why she was so because she clearly saw the season.
I'm sorry, I forgot actually. What was her?
She was the one who was
Fit model.
No, I mean,
no.
I don't even
Shoulder
care about
pads.
that. She was just so, no face, stone face, wouldn't even talk to the girls. The girls would literally be sitting here talking to her, and she would just be...
Oh, yeah.
And then when
yeah.
Sean came in, it was like, hey, hi. It was horrible.
Mental illness.
And as much as I didn't want to hear KCB, I kind of wanted to hear KCB.
I'm sure they did say something and it just got cut out,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh,
Because they're there,
100%.
what are they there for? 8 to
9
10
hours,
hours?
yeah.
Yeah.
37.
Yeah. Yeah, 100% something was said. But it's also like, recap-wise, how boring would that have been to watch? What would she have... You know what I mean? Well, I thought there was something, but then there wasn't, and Sean didn't like it, so I went home. Recap-wise, there's not much to talk about.
I just would have liked to know what went in her head, why she thought that bagging everyone would have been okay to somebody like
man,
Sean.
it did
Because she
not.
knows him. They hung out. They spent a weekend together.
And I like her too.
Yeah.
It was a shame.
And
I did not like watching that episode.
It was hard. That was a rough one.
I love that every
was
voice that you make for The Bachelor is kind of like the same voice. Oh, it's so wrong. No, but yeah, so Chris, and let's see,
just didn't go
KCB, and well, I guess now we can move on from there and move on to why we have Mr. Stag here tonight and talk about the music, talk about what you've been doing since Bachelor.
Oh, that's wonderful.
He's like, where did we go?
Yeah, well, I always start with this. I have no illusions about being this great musical artist that was discovered on The Bachelor. No.
Okay.
I got to play music because I was on the show. And it's something that I've always loved, and I've played music since I was 18 and was a singer-songwriter since then. And yeah, and the last 2 years I've traveled all over the country and in Canada getting to play shows. So it's been an unbelievable blessing and super, super fun. And the music's done well, which is obviously, makes me feel really good.
Yeah, because you were all over Canada.
Yeah. Do people know this, that the Canada is like crack cocaine and I did the wrong order of things. The Bachelor is like crack cocaine in Canada. It's just unbelievable. It's insane up there. Yeah, it didn't go well verbiage-wise.
Freudian slip.
Yeah. So honestly, that was kind of the genesis of a music career. I did some appearances up there after Bachelor Pad 2 and met this woman who's my manager now, whose name is Allison, who was wonderful. And she was like, hey, I've heard some of your music, and I heard that you play. Do you want me to manage you and set up gigs? And we did. And for
so
2
that
years,
takes out my question, because I was going to ask you, was it a tough transition since people see you in a certain medium and now moving into music? Or is it easier because of The Bachelor?
I think it's equal parts. I think you definitely get people that are like, oh, you do what? Oh, that's cute. Because then I don't play any defense. I get it. I was a guy that got dumped out of a reality TV show that in no way warrants that I have any musical talent. So, and not to sound cocky, but I think the biggest thing that people say is, oh, I didn't
Really
know
good.
that you could sing, and you're actually really good. So, you know what I mean? I think it's equal parts.
Now, are you working on anything currently right now, or where's the music?
To be totally honest,
music
I've
at?
kind of had to take a little bit of a break. And I have shows coming up in Boston and lined up, but no new material. Mostly in that I got engaged, and son of a bitch, this doesn't.
We're going there next.
Yeah, it takes up a lot of your time. That engagement stuff and planning a wedding. And my fiance is not for sure yet, but going to be moving out here, and just those kind of things.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Tell us how you guys met.
We met at one of my shows in Chicago, Memorial Day of last year. And the story I love telling is I did about 16 shows on this tour before Chicago, and I never kissed a single girl. I'm not a one-night stand kind of guy, so I met a lot of girls at these shows, thousands literally, and I never kissed one of them. And, I'd say hi and take pictures after the show and stuff, but never had any kind of spark. And Emily walked up after the show, and I was just like, oh, I like you a lot. I want to kiss you. So we spent the whole night together and ended up spending the whole weekend together. She was kind of dating someone at the time, and I was going to be filming Bachelor Pad literally like 6 days later. So I was like, hey, I can't start a relationship with you now, mostly because I was going to be sequestered, not because I was like, I want to be single and it's Bachelor Pad. But so I did the show. She broke up with dude about 2 weeks after we got done filming. Things were over with Rachel, and I hope we don't have to touch on that because, God, that was a nightmare.
We're moving on.
But yeah, and I just called her and I was like, hey, I'm sure this is weird, and I don't know if you're still dating that guy, but I still think about you, and I like you. And obviously things progress from there.
May I ask a question? Because what makes her the one?
This is so great. I didn't get the best friend thing. When people would talk, that you want to find your best friend, I was like, my brother's my best friend. I've got a lot of dudes that are best friends. I swear to God, I just didn't get the girl being a best friend thing. And she's just my best friend. She's just so, I think she's a really cool combination of being fun and nerdy and like smoking hot. You know what I mean? Like she's just the greatest thing.
I think that's what just men look for. I mean, yeah, your best friend, friendship on fire, and we've talked about it in other episodes. So, anything on the chat roll there, Cathy?
I'm checking it.
See for Stag.
There must have been a joke from a while ago.
You're making everyone flutter, man. But so no, thank you so. Even our engineer.
Oh, she's awesome.
No, so definitely thank you for coming out.
Oh my gosh, my pleasure. Gosh, I'll come back in. This is super fun.
Yeah.
And I live right down the street, which is awesome. I had no idea.
Oh, we're bringing you back, man.
Oh yeah.
So with that said, why don't we just move into a little newsy, gossipy stuff with Cathy Kelley.
AfterBuzz TV News.
I feel like morning news on that. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
There's always a lot of news. I tried to consolidate it. But the first piece of news and gossip is that Jennifer Lawrence admits that she is in love with watching The Bachelor. She admitted to Chris Harrison, he recently talked about it to TV Guide. He said that at the Oscars, he met Jennifer Lawrence, and he says, I was so blown away by her performance, and I was really looking forward to meeting her. And then she walks up to me, and she tells me how much she loves the show. I'm like, you like The Bachelor? And she said, yeah, I'm a girl. Duh.
That's kind of awesome.
That's cute.
Making her even cooler in my eyes. And then also, Leslie Murphy, we already touched on, she potentially has a boyfriend. If you want to check out her Instagram to see it for yourself, Leslie Ann Murphy. It's pretty obvious. The past couple pictures are with a dude named Wade. So
Wade? Say that with a little bit of contempt there.
No, I'm happy for her. I think she's awesome, and she deserves an awesome guy. So, round of applause for her. And that was like a golf clap. That was great.
It was a golf clap.
So we still don't know who the next Bachelorette is, obviously, but Sean's sister weighed in, and she said that she would like to see Desiree as the next Bachelorette. She told Wet Paint, I haven't met any of the girls, but watching the show back, I really like Desiree. She's fun, cute, and adventurous. I ignored the brother thing, and Des is just adorable. I think she'd be perfect.
Desiree reminds me a lot of what we saw on TV of Allie.
You mentioned that we're watching tonight.
Yeah, there's just something that.
I like how you worded that.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's a charisma.
And she reminds me of Katie Holmes.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
I like her hair now. A lot of girls
No bangs.
improved looks
and that's why
they're
she's
all gorgeous,
so
but-
perfect. Girls like her, and we know guys like her as well. So it's just like,
What do you think of her? We didn't talk about Selma at all. I feel like
His
you should have had 2
girlfriend.
cents about Selma.
you guys have been running with this thing
You know
since like week 4.
Okay, really?
Yes.
Because you didn't goo goo gaga
Where's
over
Mandy
her?
Moore? It's just a little crush. We need that.
She
playing
had
in
the girls
background.
covered tonight, though. She did have the girls covered tonight.
I was kind of
What?
sad.
Oh, her boobs.
Yeah.
I was
He's
like,
like,
was she
what?
sitting in front of other girls? I don't know.
No, she had the girls
Got it.
hiding.
The tater tots. Okay.
Yep.
So
I just said.
You guys are
what did
terrible.
I just say?
Tater tots.
Please edit that out.
It's live.
No man
Live,
should
baby.
ever
It's live.
refer to boobs as tater tots. Oh. That was awful.
America got a new show. I'm coughing over this. Jillian Harris, her new show on HGTV, Love It or List It, just
She's
came to America.
The great. Oh, did it really? I didn't know
Yes.
that. Good for her.
She just tweeted
She's
it.
the
on
most
Canada.
wonderful.
Yeah.
She's so awesome.
And then finally, so this is a little bit of gossip. about myself, I guess. If you've been watching Burning Love, then
you gotta gossip
I
about
also
yourself?
suggest I also suggest watching The Bachelor Canada, and I started watching it on some links or whatever.
I just met Brad 2 weeks ago, and
Really?
you know what? He's awesome.
He
I would
seems
not
awesome.
guess it by looking at his face.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brad, but he is like hilarious,
Yeah.
totally down to earth. Does not consider himself a celebrity, which in the world of Bachelor, a lot of
gorgeous.
people do, and it
Yes.
drives me insane. He
Yes.
was like, dude, in 4 months, I'm gonna have to pay people to go to parties, and not the other way around. You know what I mean? Just a really good guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you.
But yeah, it's really cool. I found it online. If you don't know who already won, then I won't spoil it for you. But there are a lot of similarities to Burning Love. In my mind, I just felt like there was like a
Oh, wait, that's a
pastor's-
bad thing.
But there's like a pastor who's also it was a great season, but some of the things were kind of funny. There's a pastor who's also best friends with a Playboy playmate on the show, and like all of these random things that you would never think. It's just very
didn't know
bizarre.
Canada did it like that.
It's very
Wow.
bizarre. It's like very similar to how America does The Bachelor, but there are a couple things, and I mean, he's cutting girls left and right in that show. But
Is this season 1 of
season 1,
Okay.
yes. So they finally did their own.
Didn't Justin Rigo want that really bad? Didn't he say he was like auditioning for it?
Bachelor Canada?
rated R.
Yeah,
One
rated
other
R.
thing that Brad said that just really made me like him is he was like, again, there's no cameras or anything, so he was like, look, dude, I went on that show and I didn't have any desire in the world to get married. He was like, I thought I'd sleep around with some girls and hang out, go on an adventure, and I found this girl that I'm crazy about
Yeah.
and I'm absolutely gonna marry. And I was like, that's awesome.
I actually,
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, watching this couple episodes, he's kind of cooler than Sean.
Oh, blasphemy.
We just broke up. The brunette bandits have officially broken up,
Yeah,
kids.
they're known as the brunette
Done.
bandits.
Oh,
Get it?
that's
Yeah,
cute.
I
What
know.
are we gonna be?
I don't know. I'm not going to go there.
The Bronettes.
The Bronettes.
With that said, you got any more news and gossipy stuff for us?
That is all for this
All right.
week.
News and gossip
was
with Cathy
fun.
Kelley. All right, now we've got one segment left. Predictions. This is where we're going to predict
You're AFTERBUZZ
who's going to win it all.
Prediction.
Who's going to win Sean's heart.
Catherine.
Yeah,
Hey, really, Krisily, you really got to do that?
You asked a question, I answered it.
We're going to go in order. We're going to set it up. We're going to build attention.
Well,
but,
I'm first.
But pretty much I think we all agree. Should we all say it at the same time?
You said we had to go in order.
Okay, fine. I'll start. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm going to start with.
Oh my God, I'm sweating.
Let's start with Krisily. There's been 25 women, 1 bachelor, 10 weeks of love. Some have won, some have lost. We've got Ashley. We've got Tiara.
Really?
Okay. Who you picking?
This is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right?
Yeah.
Who you picking? Lindsay or Catherine?
Catherine.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Yeah.
All right.
Same.
Same?
Samesies, yeah. Catherine.
All right. Stag, come on.
I
change it up.
want to spice it up, but I can't.
Yeah.
That's just.
See? Haha.
Well, okay. I'm about to disagree with you
Don't.
guys, but absolutely not. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Catherine, they're awesome together, and I got it from a fan last week on our YouTube page. They left us. I don't know if you can pull it up. It's a blooper with Sean and Catherine, and it's a deleted scene.
The multiplication tables.
Yes.
100%.
They're perfect for each other.
Right then and there, it told me.
Yep.
So
100%.
cute.
Leslie, right? That's Lindsay. Leslie. What's the other one's name?
Leslie Murphy?
No.
Oh, Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
That's how much I'm
What's her
invested
name?
in her.
Lana?
Oh my
Is it
gosh.
Lana?
That's how much I'm invested in her.
I feel like we
God,
were
I hope Lindsay
deprived
wins.
of
I really
Catherine
hope-
It's
earlier
been
this
2
season.
months, Krisily.
Yeah.
I'll be in
watching
big
it.
trouble if she wins.
Oh, really? Why do you have a pool?
No, I'll just be in big trouble because I'm not. she's
You
not
won't
my
be invited
favorite.
to the wedding.
I know, and I won't be invited for dinner next week.
I will say this though, it took me a while to like Catherine. I thought that.
Because they didn't show her at all.
Yeah, and I think that was mostly it. So when I did see them together, and she was like, "I like you," I really like you, and I just wanted to say that I like you. I was like, this is forced. Like, they haven't even spent time together. So yeah, I'm hoping in those first 2-3 weeks they spent a lot of time together. We just didn't see it.
And this is how they set up the story for us to see, because maybe their connection is so strong that they couldn't show Catherine from the
Because
get.
everyone would be like, "Oh, it's clearly her."
right.
Yeah,
And-
that's a good point.
And I want to back up one last thing that you said about Bachelor Canada. It's similar to what Catherine said and her sister said about it. She didn't come
she
looking for
didn't
love.
go on. Yeah, you're right. I like that
And
a
it
lot.
was unexpected for her. She didn't come for this. She probably came for the travel, have a great time, and who knows if she falls in love. Hey, but she fell in love.
Hey,
And
Canada.
And Leslie's just a little immature, and the annoying laugh, and the
love
kiss
you.
me, don't kiss me. And
You.
exactly.
If the first time someone says I love you, they do it that way. Just, it's not gonna work out.
No.
Or if they scream it.
On the beach.
Oh, good call.
This is a scarf, and it represents my trust. I was like, what? What?
If I was Sean, I would have just ran.
Why does it have to be a thing? Why is there a
You
thing
know what?
there?
It's bad.
A round of applause then as we close out for Sean, because the way he handled everything, the way he handled
Such a
that,
man.
gentleman Sean. So with that said, I think this is a close to our show. So, hey Martin, where can they find you?
The twice a day man.
Okay. Krisily, where can they find you?
Sorry, I'm in chat roll, so you can find me there. Stag, your blog is very popular on chat roll.
Yeah.
They love that real men wear pink. They are saying congratulations.
It's salmon.
It's salmon chat roll. They say congratulations on being engaged.
Thank you,
and
chat roll.
You have a lot of fans in chat roll tonight. But now that I'm leaving chat roll, you can find me on Twitter at Krisily.
You can find me on Twitter at Cathy Kelley.
And once again, a round of applause for Michael Stagliano.
Thank you for having
so
me,
much
guys. This is cozy. It's wonderful in here.
Yes.
I like it.
Now,
Come
where-
back anytime.
Where can your
gonna.
fans find you? Like on Twitter and your music
At Michael
site?
Stag is my Instagram and my Twitter, and then michaelstaglianomusic.com is my music website. Check it out, guys. Stop
Go
by,
buy
say
it.
hi.
It's really good, and I'm not just saying that because he's in front of me and I like him, because you all know that I'd be really honest. But it's really good.
Thank you, Krisily.
It is.
With that said, you can find me at The Everyday Man. You can find all of us at AfterBuzz TV. So for Martin, Michael, Krisily, Cathy, I'm JC. We're the AfterBuzz Bachelor Show. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.
I'm getting yelled at.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.